Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan here on Sunday the 24th of October. How the heck are you doing? Hope all's well after another crushing Dolphin loss for the second straight week. The Dolphins lose via walk-off field goal, this time to the Atlanta Falcons at home by a score of 30-28. If you do like the content of this particular video, although I know you're not going to like what I have to go over, but nonetheless, if you do like the content, this particular video, go ahead, hit that thumbs up, that would be awesome. Feel free to subscribe to my channel as well. Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. So guys, let's talk here. Let's just take a deep breath. I'm just going to run through it. I have some main topics here up on the snippets board, gonna discuss. But I tell you what, guys, I'm hearing a lot of in the post game Tua, I don't know about Tua bashing, but negativity. I don't think Tua is the problem, and I said this last week. I don't think the quarterback position in general is the problem here for the Miami Dolphins. Do think you have to get Devontae Parker back. Of course, that's going to help. That would help a lot. And the defense is a huge concern. To me as a fan. I want to talk about this game. I'm not going to be overly critical, though, of the Dolphins, because I really do believe in this particular game, this was more about the Atlanta Falcons going out there and getting the win. And I fully believe that. Yes, there were a few turnovers, and you could say careless play, things of that nature, but the Falcons went out, got a big win. They are in the hunt, really. I mean, they're kind of in the middle of the pack there in the NFC with this victory. They moved to 3-3. The Dolphins, of course, suffer their sixth straight loss and fall to a record of 1-6. So let's get started, guys, as I always do, with the word run, because that was such a huge concern of mine when remember back a few weeks ago when the Dolphins were like scared to run the football. Well, now that has improved a little bit, I must say. We had Myles Gaskin, who was pretty effective on the ground today, 15 carries, 67 yards. Overall, if you take away, now Tua ran 4 times for 29 yards, but if you look at Gaskin, Salvon Ahmed, and Malcolm Brown, they rushed for about 106 yards combined on roughly 22 carries. I mean, this team, and even if you look at the earlier weeks, it's not the lack of effectiveness running the football. It's really not. It's when that aspect of the offense completely disappears. And then I have to say things like we're scared to run, which for a few weeks that's appeared to be the case. But I'm going to give a check mark here for the Dolphin running attack. I mean, I think it was generally pretty good. The difference in this game was Matt Ryan, guys. Plain and simple. If you're going to ask me, Matt Ryan plays for the Falcons, as we all know. He was the best player on the field today, and he got them the win. It's really that simple. He drove the team right down the field, and they got the win. When they were down by a point, of course. Dolphins take the lead late, 28-27. Falcons have a little bit over 2 minutes left. The main challenge for the Falcons at the end of the game was to not score too quickly. and they kicked the field goal, no time left. Second straight week in a row, Dolphins go down to a walk-off field goal event, thus breaking the Dolphins' heart, and the season now basically over for all purposes. It kind of was last week, if you really want to be serious about it, with the loss to the Jaguars. As in defense, yeah, defense was very disappointing. I'm just not a fan of our defense at all this year for the Dolphins. Yes, Byron Jones, Xavier Howard were back. Yes, Xavier Howard had an interception, and yes, Xavier Howard's a very, very good football player. But collectively speaking, the Dolphin defense is just not getting it done. You score 28 points at home, you think that would be enough to win. Okay, I keep hearing about offensive line, this and that. Yeah, the offensive line's a little bit of a concern. Sometimes Tua was rushed. I mean, he's a quick release, quick thrower guy, but there were times where he was under a lot of duress. But for the most part, I mean, the Dolphins ran the ball effectively, scored 28 points. The defense, again, very disappointing. Very disappointing in the Miami Dolphin defense. Point number 4 on the snippets board, I put Pitts, wide receiver, Atlanta Falcons. Kyle Pitts, I'll get to his stats here in just a second. Next to Matt Ryan, you can go 1A, 1B, or you could switch up the order. Those were your 2 stars of this game. Matt Ryan and Kyle Pitts made the difference in this game. The Falcons went out and got a key win on the road. Kyle Pitts had that tremendous catch on the final drive of this game. As I watched, as I always do, kind of covering one eye basically. But he was tremendous. Kyle Pitts showed me a lot today, guys. A lot. So to get into the breakdown of the stats, let's start with the Dolphins. Tua finishes 32 of 40, 291 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I'm hearing already a lot of negative comments made about his 2 picks, 2 interceptions. I think Tua now all of a sudden is kind of taking almost like an unfair criticisms from the media, because it's not like Tua had issues with interceptions thus far in his career. He really hasn't. But now all of a sudden we're making him sound like he's throwing like 15, 20 interceptions, plus the fact he just came back from injury a few weeks ago. He threw for over 300 yards last week, and now he's right at 300 this game, 291. I think we need to kind of put the brakes on the whole Tua's the problem thing. Although now there's the rumor circulating that he might leave and all this, or get traded. I mean, I guess that would be the same thing, right? To leave. Or go to another team. So we just got to wait and see how things are going. But I really don't, it kind of annoys me a little bit to hear now all of a sudden we're just going to like pile on Tua. I don't think that's fair. I don't. Gaskin, as mentioned, he was productive. Ahmed, 7 carries, 26 yards. Malcolm Brown, 3 carries, 10 yards for the Dolphins. Again, wide receiver. I call him a wide receiver. Tight end, I'm sorry. He looks like a wide receiver out there. Mike Gesicki, 7 catches, 85 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Waddle, 7 catches, 83 yards. Durham Smythe, 3 catches, 37 yards. Ahmed out of the backfield, 2 for 26. Adam Shaheen, 4 catches, 23 yards. Mac Hollins, 2 catches, 13 yards and a touchdown. Isaiah Ford, a catch for 10 yards and a touchdown. That was on the opening drive, guys. So that, I mean, Isaiah Ford had that nice slant from the left side, that nice slant route he ran right into the end zone, caught it, boom, went right in. And that was it for him, though, really. We didn't see him much at all after that, but he did have the touchdown reception. Preston Williams, a catch for 5 yards. Malcolm Brown, out of the backfield, a catch for -1 yards. He is credited for the reception, however. So say what you want, guys. I'm not going to get overly critical of the Dolphins. It's been a tough year. 6 losses in a row is rough. Matt Ryan finishes 25 for 40, 336 yards. 2 touchdowns and interception. Guy is still one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He really is. He doesn't get quite the publicity, so to speak, that he used to get. You know, now you got other guys kind of stealing the spotlight. You know, Matt Stafford going to the Rams and all these other things going on. Brady, of course, now on the Bucs. But Matt Ryan is still in his mid-30s. He's still a darn good quarterback in the NFL. Cordell Patterson, 14 carries, 60 yards and a touchdown. He stepped up more the number 1 guy today instead of Mike Davis, who seemed to get injured there towards the end. He was kind of hobbling off to the sideline. 4 carries for him, 10 yards. Wayne Gellman Jr. carry for 2 yards. Ryan did lose a fumble. He was credited with 3 carries, but did not gain any yards on the ground. Kyle Pitts, as mentioned, was a monster today. 7 catches, 163 yards. Russell Gage, 4 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. Hayden Hurst, 3 catches, 35 yards. Calvin Ridley was kind of held in check, 4 catches, 26 yards. He's a tremendous talent. He did have a touchdown reception. Tajay Sharp, 2 catches, 18 yards. Olamide Zacchaeus, a catch for 13 yards. Lee Smith, a catch for 7 yards. Keith Smith, catch for 6 yards. Patterson, out of the backfield, 2 catches for a yard. So guys, where does all this leave us? Whew, it's been a tough one, guys. It's been a tough one. Do you realize now there's 10 games left for the Dolphins? You realize that? Because now there's 17, right? They added to the schedule. So for the Dolphins to, I mean, you really got to win 10 games. You're not guaranteed to get in the playoffs with 10 wins. But that would give you a decent shot with the 17-game schedule. So it basically means Dolphins have to go like 9-1 down the stretch, which, I mean, doesn't even seem, right now it doesn't even seem like they're going to win another game, let alone win 9 out of 10. But I tell you what, guys, I don't like to see this happen to Coach Flores. I think he is a good coach. I really do. I think he proved that last year. His team has to just regroup, reset itself, if you will. It's not going to get any easier next week. As a matter of fact, it gets about as difficult as it can get next week against the Buffalo Bills on the road, 1 p.m. Eastern, November 1st. Make that October 31st is next Sunday. I'm sorry. So, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, guys. Nice win for the Falcons, I will say that. But this is Dennis Sullivan saying, I will see you, yes, you very soon. We'll talk again soon. Bye for now.